Hey everybody, welcome to oldpocketknives.com. This is Jesse. Today I wanted to show you a few knives that I got yesterday, and it represents different ages and different styles, so just wanted to share that with you guys. Let's get into it. Yesterday I was able to go with my dad to a vintage sporting collectible show, which included mostly hunting decoys, fish decoys, duck decoys, and so forth. But they had a bunch of pocket knives and other knives, hunting knives, sitting out there. Some were on the tables, just kind of strewn about in bins. Some were in cases, and I just thought I'd share with you just the different brands, some of the different, a little bit history of some of the brands, and just show you in general what I got. So here we go. All right, so I guess I'll start left to right here. So this one caught my eye because it was obviously very old, not in great shape. The back spring is broken, so it's kind of in relic shape, but I love old stuff, and this one intrigued me. So I took a look at the stamp, and if you can read any of that, it says American Knife Company, Plymouth. And this is American Knife Company. This is a New England knife made in probably, I believe the dates were the 1849 to 1875 this stamp was made. It appears to be like rosewood handles, is what I'm gathering. Kind of a tight grain, very cool handles. But yes, this was made at a time before this company moved to Thomaston, Connecticut. They were based in Plymouth Hollow, Connecticut, and I'm not sure if they changed cities or the cities actually changed names. I believe that's what it was. But very early knives made by probably Sheffield immigrants who came to the United States. So anyway, not the best shape, but obviously very early knife, at least 150 years old, possibly more. Civil War era, and again, maybe even before that. So I thought that one was kind of an interesting one. By the way, $1. I paid $1 for that, so there we go. All right, here's another cool knife here. This one is obviously an old American knife, just by the construction of it. When you collect enough, and I'm certainly no expert, but when you collect enough knives, you start to see shields and different, characteristics of knives that tell you, all right, this is probably made by this brand. And when I saw this shield, it's kind of a unique shape to it, nickel silver. I was like, I believe this is an Empire knife. And I opened it up, and not to give myself too many kudos or props, but it was an Empire. And Empire was made in Winstead, Connecticut, in, I believe, from the 1850s all the way through to 1930. But this is probably a circa 1900 knife or so, at least 120 years old. Has a pen blade as well, and you can see on that pen blade, it's also stamped Empire, Winstead, Connecticut. Has a long pull, kind of a neat swedge here, kind of a saber ground blade, which is kind of neat as well. The dark wood handles, is that the cocobolo handles, or ebony, probably ebony. Have some cracks in them, but they're still complete. Brass pins, construction, brass liners, and steel back springs and blades as well, or the bolsters. So pretty neat knife. And this one I actually paid $9 for in an antique show that was close to the, or an antique shop that was close to the collectible show we were at. So just a quick stop, got another knife. Empire. All right, so back to the collectible show. On the table there was just some knives strewn about. This is a German knife, paid $5 for it. It is a premium stock knife, jig bone handles there, and made by a company called Edge. And this was made in Germany, as you can see. and it's got some little spots of rust here and there, but overall in really nice shape. I don't think it's been used very much, maybe sharpened once or twice. But let me get these blades kind of open so you can see them. But pretty neat looking knife. I think it was worth $5. What do you think? And again, here's the back side. It's got your sheepfoot blade, your clip blade, and your spay blade here, which is the typical configuration for stockman or premium stock knife. I'm gonna guess 1960s, 50s, I'm guessing. All right, so here's one I'm definitely keeping. I saw this one, and this is the type of knives that are up my alley for sure. Nickel silver, got the beautiful nickel silver bolsters and shields and whatnot. Love the old jig bone handles. So I knew this one was a keeper if it was in good shape, and good enough for me is what I say. Not perfect, but in real nice shape. So this is a Crown Cutlery company out of New York, USA. And all the blades are stamped. I want to get all these open for you, but it's a Scout pattern, utility pattern. Most research I've done says that this was made in probably the 19-teens, so maybe between circa 1920, maybe a little bit before that. Some of them were imported by German companies and things like that, were made in Germany, but this is a good old USA made for sure. And it's got some real good snap on that blade, if you heard that. Love that. And let me get all these blades open for you so you can kind of see it. All right, so here is the knife now with all the blades and utensils and whatnot open. One of the cool things about this knife is that all of the blades have the Crown Cutlery Company, New York, USA stamp on them. A signature of like an earlier utility knife for sure. Love this punch blade with the match striker there. And on that punch blade, very nice. And again, this knife has some real good quality construction. Got our brass liners, definitely pre-World War II. I'm gonna say maybe even during World War I this was made. Some people online were saying that these were maybe made by maybe Schatt and Morgan, but being New York, I feel like it might be Utica or maybe made by New York Knife Company or something like that. But they didn't make their own knives. You know, they were contracted by someone else. So that's what I'm guessing. But real nice, really like this knife. And this one, I believe, I'm gonna keep this one in the collection. And there it is, that's your Crown Cutlery. All right, so also on the tables were some deals I couldn't pass up. You can see the bail was kind of removed and mashed up on this one, but still $1. How you gonna go wrong? You're not gonna go wrong. An old Camillus, New York, USA, 3-blade pattern. You got your spear blade. You got your cap lifter. And so tough. Let's get this one out. And you got your punch blade. And the punch blade locks with this little liner lock, and the cap lifter locks as well. So you just have to push that aside to allow it to lock back up. But little blue-handled Cub Scout knife, how can you go wrong, right? $1. Okay, so here is another knife that I think I paid $10 for this one, and I believe it is I think I saw it referred to as a faux amber handle, some synthetic, like celluloid type situation. And this is a Schrade Walden, which is, pre-1974 or something like that. Blade is in nice shape. I don't think it's been resharpened, but it's got a little staining on it. And the pattern numbers are 175. I always like knives with a sheepfoot blade. and this one had it. I'm not sure if it's a like a maybe intended for budding grafting, you know, for plants and whatnot, but interesting little knife. I thought it was cool. And there you go. There's that one. Real quick, these are, I've been more interested in these as I kind of see them. They're just kind of cool. These are the trick knives, and this one's an advertising knife for something called Zepp Manufacturing Company. And if you're familiar with trick knives, they're kind of fun. There's no pull, so how do you get them open? You can't pull on the blade, but if you hold them down and push on the blade, they don't open. But if you hold them in an upright position, if you do the same thing, it pops open. The blade pops open. So it's made by Imperial, and I'm trying to get you to see the stamp here. There it is, Imperial USA, and it has that little hook mechanism. I always thought that that was some sort of little cap lifter, and maybe you could, you know, pop a cap off of your favorite soda. But I think it's actually something to do with, it is for the mechanism, because there's a little pin there, and the pin goes up or down depending on its orientation. And when you close the knife, you have to push it down. If you push it down in this orientation, it will not close. It will not engage that hook. But if you turn it over and you push it down, it locks up. So kind of an interesting little thing here. Trick knives, opens, closes. So little Imperial trick knife, $1. How can you go wrong? All right, so last but not least, this was my fun acquisition for the collection yesterday. It's a marbles knife. Being from Michigan, really interested in marbles knives. I really usually collect ideals, which are a different style of hunting knife that Marble made. Marble was made, by the way, in Gladstone, Michigan, which is in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and they really made high-quality, beautiful knives, and they were really the first company to kind of make hunting knives for, you know, American hunters. So, cool company. It's got the, what I believe is the original sheath. This knife right here is a Woodcraft, and Woodcraft is the style of knife, and the blade has this kind of almost skinning style blade that you see here, and on the back it has a kind of a checkered pattern for your thumb, kind of a thumb grip. That, along with the small stamp and this little thing that says patent pending on the back, indicates that this is a knife that was made probably circa 1915, maybe early 1916, before the patent was granted. You'll see the ones post 1915 or 16 has, say, patent applied, or, you know, 1915 after. So this one kind of predates. This is really one of the first, if not the first, marbles Woodcraft that was manufactured. So really love the color of the stag pommel here, as you can see on the bottom, and just a real nice feeling knife in the hands. Kind of smaller, but still very useful, and looks nice as well. So I got this one at the show. This one, I would say I didn't get you know, the deal that I got on the other knives, but I still think I got a pretty good price on it. So anyway, wanted to share this one with you. A genuine Michigan-made, very cool knife that's well over, well, 110 years old, most likely. So there you go. All right, well, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I wanted to share some of these cool knives that I'm going to keep for my collection, and or some of them will be departing soon. But I hope you guys also have some times to get out, go to flea markets, and go to different shows. Buying knives online is certainly the way I do a lot of purchasing, but it's also fun to kind of get out. So I hope you're able to do something like that. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment. Click the like button, subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Everybody, happy collecting. And again, this is Jesse from oldpocketknives.com. Have a great one.